Welcome to One Man's Tracks, the secondhand music channel. 2024 sure did provide us with an inordinate amount of excellent albums, many newfound favorites of artists whose previous works have been sitting gathering dust in my to-review pile, and so thanks to just how much I enjoyed listening to Smile last year, I figured it's time to check in on the ever-evolving career of Porter Robinson. Porter began his career as one of, if not the youngest music producer I've stumbled upon yet, making songs and sharing them online as young as 13 years old under the moniker Echo Wraith, and by 18 he had caught the attention of Skrillex, signed to his Ausla record label as their flagship artist, releasing his innovative electro house Spitfire EP under his own name in September of 2011. His signature complextro clubby dubby stylings of that era would quickly make way to a more progressive reimagining of those heavier electronics to more atmospheric melodic explorations, opening the door to a shiny new wave of electropop in August of 2014 with the release of his self-produced debut through Astral Works. It's Porter Robinson's Worlds, an apt title for this bold, storied, intrepid record, a fantastic introduction to a whole new worlds. Sonically diverse, yet with a consistent, adventurous undertone like a hero's journey in a video game or anime series. This is an awesome example of emotive, moving electronic music that's highly danceable and captivatingly cinematic, with a wealth of interesting samples, layers, and breakdowns. It can feel fairly maximalist at times, but the overall softness of this project helps to never overwhelm. It's a feel-good, futuristic foray that sets the tone for a whole new generation of geeky, introspective ravers that starts out by easing us in with the hopeful, skittering intro titled Divinity, establishing the LP's sparkling, artificial mood and leading us to the sci-fi EDM escapism of Sad Machine. It's very Passion Pit-esque with those hyper-poppy synths, but it's bigger and it's floatier. This half-robo duet really feels like a cozy homeworld that you have at the start of a game where you learn your greater purpose or your quest. It's got Legend of Zelda vibes that get you ready for whatever challenges lie ahead, because there's no coming back once years of war solemnly introduces the battle against the streets of gold. A dance revolutionary quest against our oppressive oligarchs whose message is as pressing as it's ever been. The classic soulful sample of Flicker creates an immediate groovy backbone for this multifaceted chiptune hit with breakdowns reminiscent of Daft Punk. Those particular cruisy robotic vibes carrying on over to the busy sizzling hits of the misconnection on the follow-up Fresh Static Snow, leaving us adrift in the longing, unraveling tribulations of Polygon Dust. This album's detached, lonely, emotional bottom doesn't last long, though, as the fabulous triumph, Hear the Bells, swells and overcomes with a celebratory hero's return that'll have your head thrown back and fist in the sky as its cinematic choruses swell and envelop you in a blissful synthy wave. Next, these restful, muted, reverby ripples pour down with the essential little water level interlude titled Natural Light that leads us to the instant emotional electropop classic titled Lionhearted. I'm loving the subtle MGMT vibes here, and the anthemic choruses are undeniable. Just gorgeously heartful. It's sandwiched with another watery one. The very pretty, sparkling chimes of the lead single, Sea of Voices, comes in for one final spirited victory to leave fellow feeling and goodbye to a world to reflect on a journey and send us off reassured. If you celebrated the 10th anniversary of this guy last year, you might even have a copy with the stripped back, summery, hollow heart tacked on here as well. Likely one of the over 50 songs he composed while building his vibrant animated worlds. An album that helped to push the scope of the greater EDM scene while still remaining incredibly accessible. It's light but emotional, a whimsical, stellar journey through nostalgia-fueled creativity. This LP was such a success, it unfortunately got into Porter's head a bit and led him to hit a creative wall of sorts, taking him many years to release this album's follow-up, Nurture, all the way in April of 2021. Once again, a distinctly brand new creative direction for Porter, this time far more naturalistic. It's so soft and bright. It feels childlike, like a careful, gentle blanket to help him through his depression and self-judgment that many people consider his best work, and it's just what they needed post-pandemic, but sadly, not this guy. I still really do like the song Wind Tempos, and Something Comforting is very memorable. Musician is the most world song on the record, and I think it was the last one he made for it. Besides those and maybe Mirror, I just really don't like the corn syrupy vocal effects. It feels sort of counterintuitive to the message. Bit of a clash in my opinion there. The middle of the album feels like there isn't a whole lot happening, and just the sequencing in general of the thing is a bit baffling to me. I find it odd, and I think if I spent some time I could do it better in a very short stint, so maybe he just overthought it. It's melodramatic. There's a lot I can say about it. It just didn't click. I've tried a few times. Maybe I need some bigger subs or just to get into it live, but geez, I couldn't get over that little stumbling block. Thankfully, he did, and we got a brand new album last year that I think is his very best. I think Smile is worlds above Nurture, and I just can't wait to see just where Porter Robinson goes next, especially with those latest Like a Version, the rock cover of Fontaine's DC, and the Cheerleader live version. Man, blowing me out of the water. This guy can do whatever he sets his mind to, clearly, and so I just can't wait to see where he goes next. I should mention he still holds on to a couple of aliases and released a cool electro dance fusion EP under the name Virtual Self in 2017 during that Worlds to Nurture hiatus period. If you're a big fan of the Spitfire era, it kind of shows a cool progression of those Euro dance complextro stylings of early years. He's also done DJ sets under the name Air to Earth, as well as releasing a few live albums I haven't even got a chance to check out yet. I'm looking forward to checking those out. He recorded them back in 2019 and 2021. There's a few of those. This album, that album. There's going to be a Smile one soon, I hope. Geez, he's got a lot, and there's even more. What are your memories of Worlds? Definitely don't miss out on the remix version. It's fantastic. Do you have a favorite Porter Robinson album, song, ranking of his discography? Let me know down in the comments, alongside maybe recommendations of other artists besides his buddy Madion to check out. No Mike Wazowski's down in the chat allowed. Keep it to positive, good character design. We want heart eyes, not big, bumbly, green-eyed monsters. If you want to be my cheerleader, subscribe, like the video for more throwback nostalgic bumps coming your way. One Man's Tracks is back, baby. Thanks for stopping by.